Mr. Michael Sirianni.
Thank you. I was debating on whether to tell my suck playing blues story or the story of the first time that Matt's mom stripped in front of me, but I can't say that either of those was really chaotic. Sorry, inappropriate. I am not a religious man, but in 1993, I read about the Buddha for the first time. And the Buddha, I think, I identify with the Buddha more than I identify with any religious person in the history of the world. And the Buddha teaches that chaos is inherent in all compoundable things, which to me means that chaos is a natural part of life. You've heard the term, no doubt, life is full of ups and downs. It's a Buddhist saying, really, that you need to take the good with the bad. You need to approach life as if chaos is as important and as integral to your growth and to your path as is calm. None of that really was something that I identified with before December of 2014. Samantha and I, Samantha is my wife, had talked about adopting a dog for many, many years, and we had, since the time that we started dating and living together, in fact, thought we're definitely dog people. We are definitely the kind of people that will rescue a dog. And so I made it my decision to surprise her for our first wedding anniversary with the adoption of Piper. Now, your first wedding anniversary is the paper anniversary. Everyone knows that it's the paper anniversary. And I named the dog Piper for two reasons. A, Paper is a stupid fucking name. And B, Piper is pretty fucking close. I wrapped Piper's name badge in the box of her wedding ring, which was by a designer that costs tens of thousands of dollars because she's bougie. And I gave it to her thinking, with the intention that she would think had gotten her some very expensive piece of jewelry, only to open it and find that there was the name tag for a dog inside, and then moments later introduced her to the dog. She was very surprised. Everything went well. It was amazing. It was October of 2014, a few months previous to the date that I had mentioned. We became a unit very quickly, the three of us. There was Piper and Samantha and me at Dairy Queen. There was Piper and Samantha and me on road trips. There was Piper and Samantha and me brushing our teeth at night. And on the evening before Thanksgiving, about 3.5, 4 weeks after we had adopted her, she had her first seizure. And we were asleep. We were at my in-laws' house, and we heard a thumping that we couldn't explain. We were suddenly very awake and on the floor, and what I remember is that she was incoherent, and there was a lot of urine, and that it was very frightening. But as soon as it had begun, it had ended. And she looked at us and she was like, "Why are you not in bed, you weirdos?" So we cleaned the carpet and we went back to bed, and the next morning we called our veterinarian and we said, I think she had a seizure, and the veterinarian said, this sometimes happens with this breed. Don't worry about it, because sometimes it happens once and they never have a seizure again for the rest of their life. And so we went on with our lives, and You know, Samantha and I are very lucky. We own a 3-story lodge that is one of my many part/full-time jobs that we rent as a vacation rental. And we get to stay there several weeks a year. And this was my week to spend alone at my cabin, which is lovely and has all kinds of luxuries and a 3-story spiral staircase and is on a half an acre of wooded land. And it's December 2014, and it's on a mountain, and we have about 3.5 feet of snow. And I've built a fire, and I'm reading a book, and I'm sitting in the armchair in our living room, and it's just me and Piper, and she has a seizure. And it starts with some twitching and some foaming around the bottom of her jaw. And I do what the vet tells me, and I get on the floor and I just, stroke her and tell her it's going to be okay. But within moments, complete chaos ensues. She is up the stairs, down the stairs, in the guest bedroom, in the 3rd bedroom, shitting all over the place, puking, urinating. For 90 minutes, she seized and frapped. I don't know if you know what frap means, but in dog language, stands for frenetic random activity period. And she just went full speed. I let her outside because I thought maybe somehow this will help me from cleaning up the entire house. She ran into the woods. I ran into the woods. 25 minutes later, I drag her back to the house by the collar. About 3 minutes after we're back in the house, she lays down in the bathroom and she is calm. She's breathing. The entire time I'm on the phone with numerous emergency vets, all of whom are 60 minutes away from this lodge on a mountain. And they all say, just hope for the best, we'll see her in the morning. For about 45 minutes, we FaceTimed with my wife. And her breathing got more and more shallow. And she died in my arms. I carried her outside, and I put her in a bank of snow, and I covered her up because there are bears and whatnot. And I know now what the Buddha means when he says to persevere with great and sincere discipline.